Right now, the Madison Common Council set to vote on censuring embattled District 18 Alder Charles Miadze. What one person living in Miadze's district is saying if he isn't replaced.
Plus, the Madison Police Department's trial run with body cameras is now over. What they discovered as they look to permanently implement them. And later, tariffs have been a big talking point on improving the economy from President-elect Donald Trump. How these tariffs could impact Wisconsin. And we welcome you to News 3 Now at 6. All eyes are on the Madison Common Council tonight as it prepares to vote on censuring one of its own, District 18 Alder Charles Miadze, after multiple women have accused him of sexual harassment and domestic violence. Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway has also removed Miadze from all of the committees that he served on as Alder. Our Armand Rahman is live at the City Council building tonight, minutes away from that meeting. Armand?
That's right, Susan and Eric. The meeting is set to begin here at 6:30 tonight, and the mayor sent a list of people she recommends should replace Miadze on multiple committees. But regardless on how council votes on that tonight, he will no longer be allowed to serve on them. Now, I've been following this story since an investigation by the city came out in November when District 2 Alder Juliana Bennett told me Miadze made inappropriate sexual comments about her body and clothing on multiple occasions. And when he found out, she told others. She says he reportedly offered to give her a ride, locked her in his car, and yelled at her. Miadze denies all the allegations from Bennett and other women in the investigation. He serves District 18, which encompasses much of the north side. That's where Salud Garcia lives. She tells me she hopes he resigns so another north sider can be an active council member.
Right now, the referendum passed and all this money has to be divided up. We're not going to have anyone on any of the important committees to advocate for us. We're well past the time where we say, well, what you do as a council member is one thing and what you do in your private life is another. You know, you don't get to be an abuser no matter what your position is.
To tell my own story.
Now, that city-sponsored investigation into Bennett and two other women claims that the evidence, quote, did not sustain Miadze violated city, state, or federal harassment laws. Miadze calls all of this politically motivated. He says some of his accomplishments as Alder include reconstructing Knutson Drive, expanding Warner Park, and MPD's body camera pilot program. Now, I'll be here through the night with more on how the council votes on censuring Miadze and those committee assignments. I'll bring an update to you tonight at 10. For now, I'm live at the City County building. Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
Armand, thank you. The Fitchburg police officer who shot and killed a man armed with a knife will not face criminal charges. We have new video of that incident coming into our newsroom tonight, and our Braden Ross is digging into it for you and joins us now with what she's found so far. Braden?
Hi, guys. Yeah, this is a look inside that condominium on Whispering Pines Way where Fitchburg police shot and killed 28-year-old Kevin Price. Police were called to the home around 8 a.m. on August 12th for a report of a fight between two people who had apparently entered one of the units. Police forced their way into that home and were told that Price was hiding in a closet and armed with a knife. Officers repeatedly asked Price to come out with his hands up. Here's the moment they find him in that home and what happened next.
Kevin, do you have a knife?
Yeah.
Right. Dude, stop right there. Stop.
Hands up now.
Drop the knife.
Stop.
Drop
it. Drop it now. Drop it.
Now we'll play that for you again from another angle. You can see Price leave the closet and start climbing over a pile of clothes. That's when officers opened fire. Price was hit with multiple bullets in the chest area, and he died at the hospital 3 days later. Now, the Department of Justice released a ton of documents in this case. We are still working through them. Coming up tonight at 10, we'll break down more of this video for you and tell you how Fitchburg police are responding.
We will see you at 10, Braden. Thank you. The Madison Police Department is looking to implement body-worn cameras permanently after testing the technology's effects during a 90-day trial period. And our Maddie Heimsch has more on what was discovered in the trial and the cost of this project. Maddie?
Yeah, officer-worn cameras have become more prevalent in large police agencies, and yet the Madison Police Department is the only agency in Dane County not to use cameras with their daily patrol officers.
I look at it as an investment in our community.
Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes has been a vocal advocate of body-worn cameras.
We want to make sure that we have a record to show what happened in the event of any type of controversy.
The 90-day trial, which was recorded and analyzed by an independent researcher, found that officer behavior did not change while wearing cameras and that charges were not added upon reviews of footage. But Barnes says the outcome he's looking for is difficult to measure.
We're talking about trust. We're talking about if someone's loved one is hurt or injured, or if someone is a suspect in a crime, and they're able to be vindicated, they're able to be found not guilty because we had that. How can you put a dollar value on that?
UW-Madison Associate Law Professor Ion Main says there are benefits to outfitting officers with cameras, but building trust may not be one of them.
I'm not sure it increases trust. It might increase accountability, but trust might break down, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. I think we should reevaluate our public institutions and determine whether or not they're serving us in the way that we think they should.
The cost of permanent implementation could sit between $2 million and $6 million.
I will not sit here and tell people that it doesn't cost, but, you know, police departments are expensive. Good police departments are expensive.
Maine says good or bad, it's difficult to predict how agencies and communities will interact with new technology, if at all.
And sometimes can provide a really, really important perspective to what happened. But many times it doesn't provide an answer. There may be improvements in encounters. There also may not be. And so it's just hard to know in that respect. It's more that part's a leap of faith.
Barnes says he's looking to make the cameras a priority for the 2026 budget with the goal of deploying them between 2026 and 2027.
Maddie, thank you. Madison police say they have arrested 3 people in connection with a deadly shooting on the city's north side. It happened last Thursday on Troy Drive. 1 man died and 2 teens were hurt. Police say those 2 teens are facing multiple charges, including first-degree reckless homicide. Another person is being charged for helping those teens elude police. The ages of the suspects are 16, 17, and 19. MPD's Violent Crime Unit is investigating the shooting.
A 23-year-old man is dead after being hit by a vehicle walking along the Beltline last night. Police got word of the man on the Beltline at about 7, but did not reach him before he was hit in the westbound lanes near Fish Hatchery Road. The victim was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver of the vehicle reportedly tried to avoid the man as he was walking in the lane. It's unknown why the man was walking on the Beltline. We'll get ready to bundle up. Some bone-chilling temperatures around the way. Let's check your first one forecast. Here's Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington. Alex?
Eric, yeah, that's one way to describe the cold weather that's on its way to southern Wisconsin. We've made a 20-degree temperature dip from yesterday's near 50-degree temperatures, if not above 50 degrees. And you can see my breath out here on the patio. We're down into the 20s now. But how about this? Wind chill values still forecasted between 10, 15, and 20 below zero as we get into Thursday morning. And that will be the peak of the very cold air that will spill into southern Wisconsin over the next 24 to 48 hours. Right now, we got 28 in Madison, 29 in Lone Rock, 27 to the north in Camp Douglas, and 27 over towards the Montello area, and 28 to the south in Janesville. This is normal for December. Normal temperatures as we plan your evening in the upper 20s to right around 30 degrees as those clouds continue to stream in out ahead of a polar Arctic cold front that's going to be making its way through southern Wisconsin as we get further out into Wednesday. Starting off in the lower 20s, normal again for this time of year, but those temperatures really are going to take a plunge. And in Maine weather, I'm going to show you hour by hour that plunge of temperatures. We also have to talk about snow chances as well, how much we could get out of the polar cold front on Wednesday. And also I'm going to give you a first glimpse of some winter precipitation that looks widespread Friday night going into Saturday in just a few minutes.
All right, Alex, thank you. As the next Trump administration nears, there is a lot of talk about proposed new tariffs that the president-elect is considering.
Our Kyle Pozorski shares how they could impact Wisconsin manufacturers.
President-elect Donald Trump has been kicking around proposals for new tariffs as his next administration takes shape. Previously, Trump's proposed a 25% tariff on trade from Canada and Mexico, along with some as high as 100% on China.
Everything that's bought is brought.
Bob Wallin of Stoughton Trailers says while many believe new tariffs will raise prices for U.S. buyers, a previous tax on Chinese trailer chassis helped save the American industry from foreign competition.
That was something we built. We have a history of building. But when China entered, they basically dropped their prices, squeezed everybody out.
And says having U.S.-made products is a good thing.
Now we are back with an established U.S. manufacturing industry with prices at or below what China was offering, and they can't manipulate their pricing to choke out competition. tariffs, when used properly, can level the playing field and squash out any threats of some other countries and some other governments. And in a lot of cases, that's what you're competing against, is the Chinese government, not just some public company in China.
Walling continues that there is, however, no one-size-fits-all approach to tariffs, saying the devil is in the details to what specific products the tariffs will be applied to. In Stoughton, Kyle Psarski, News 3 Now.
Kyle, thanks. A representative with the U.S. Chamber of Commerce said new tariffs would, quote, send prices soaring, causing significant harm to U.S. manufacturers. Well, coming up next on News 3 Now at 6, Wisconsin students are struggling in math.
After the break, a look at the numbers and what educators say we can do to improve them.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6, brought to you by Gruber Law Offices.
Driving comes with risk. You may be a safe driver, but there's the risk that others are not. What's not a risk? Calling Gruber Law Offices. The call is free, and there's never a fee until we win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Let your kindness shine bright at the Century House. This holiday season, donate $50 or more to charity and save $400 on stressless Mayfair recliners and ottomans. And save $200 on any stressless recliner, home office chair, and each seat of a stressless sofa. Plus, take $200 off 4 stressless dining chairs now. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Ever wonder why your house is so cold and drafty? Knowing the answer could save you a lot of money. Usually, the problem is your walls. Attic insulation isn't enough to keep your home warm in the winter. It's like going outside with only a hat, not a coat. It's time to stop freezing and start saving with USA Insulation. And right now, USA Insulation has their best deals of the year because they know winter is when you need it the most.
USA Insulation.
Wisconsin's largest and most spectacular Christmas show, Christmas in the Dells Dinner Show, is now open. It all starts with a 4-course Christmas feast, complete with ham, turkey, and all the fixins. And with new songs, cast and costumes, plus an appearance by Santa. This truly will be a magical holiday season. Enjoy the largest nativity in the state, complete with flying angels and live animals. Get your tickets today at ChristmasInTheDells.com. That's ChristmasInTheDells.com.
Start your new day with the News 3 Now This Morning team, bringing you local breaking news, exploring all that makes our area special, and letting you know what to expect when you head out the door. The Emmy Award-winning News 3 Now This Morning, weekdays. You're watching News 3 Now at 6, moving forward.
Welcome back. A recent study shows students in Wisconsin are struggling with math proficiency.
Our Jalen Banks set out to find out why that is and some potential solutions. Jalen, what did you learn?
Susan and Eric, one of the most essential skills to have, math, is an area many students are struggling with currently, not just in the Badger State, but throughout the country.
Are you seeing that there has been a drop in understanding and proficiency for those that come in and, seek tutoring?
Yes, definitely. Math is one of the big areas that we tutor in. And again, parents that reach out to me about math tutoring for their child often say they don't know their facts. We don't know how to teach them their facts.
Students struggling with math. That has been the experience over the past several years for Jen Busset, director of Raise the Grade Tutoring. And her experience is backed by a recent report from the Wisconsin Department of Instruction. The most recent report shows that just under 50% of public school students were proficient at math, at 49.4% in the 2023 and 24 school year. That same study shows students a part of the state's private school choice programs had a math proficiency rate of 28.3.
For them to learn their fact fluency, and we have to do a lot just to keep kids engaged because, nobody wants to sit for a long period of time anymore. Education has really changed.
Bussin attributes many of the struggles to the pandemic as well.
We had about a year and a half here in Wisconsin where it was either virtual or very limited on how you could teach students. You had to do a lot more whole group instruction versus small group or individual instruction, and helping them on the specifics that they need, it makes it difficult for them to learn.
And she feels a way to help combat the lower proficiency scores is by allowing flexibility in curriculum pace.
You know, taking pressures off of teachers and districts to, you know, get a full curriculum in a year, because that's what teachers are. Teachers know best how to teach their kids, and, you know, they have to be allowed to be able to do that.
Now, if your child at home is having some trouble with math and needing some extra help, local tutoring services are attached to this article on our website.
Jalen, thank you. And still ahead with the holidays here, the Grinches are looming near, hoping you'll slip up and fall victim to those scams.
When we come back, we'll show you some of the red flags and what to do if you don't catch them in time.
And just how cold will it get the next couple of days? Alex with the answer, his complete forecast.
Save big at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Choose an Amish handcrafted sofa from our showroom or let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture
at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
To everyone who's hungry for something special,
Culver's is the place for us.
Hi, what can I make fresh for you today? It's nice being greeted by people who are glad to see you. And I appreciate that they use real ingredients, like fresh beef and Wisconsin cheese. The frozen custard is so fresh and creamy, it tastes like it was made just for us.
It's our pleasure.
Just spending time with family, that's what mealtime at Culver's is all about.
From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious!
Are record high energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today.
At Capri Communities, we're breaking the mold, embracing fun, and loving life every step of the way.
All right, time to show these kids how it's done.
I'm coming for you, Dave. Bring it on, Harriet.
Adventure is ageless. Come live it up with us at Capri Communities.
This is for all the lonely people, thinking that life has passed them by. Don't give up until you drink from the silver cup and ride that highway in the sky.
Save big at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Choose an Amish handcrafted sofa from our showroom or let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture
at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Well, for a lot of people, this is the most wonderful time of the year, and unfortunately, that includes scammers.
And those scams can be anywhere. Emails, text messages, even while you're scrolling social media. Now, some of the top scams to be looking out for this year, according to experts, include those package non-delivery alerts, texts from scammers pretending to be shipping companies. We've all gotten those. Hoping that you'll click the link. Also, fake charities asking for a donation, gift card exchanges or giveaway schemes, and those fake or misleading social media products.
If a deal looks too good to be true, it probably is. If someone's offering it for a quarter of the price, half the price, you definitely vet the company that is offering that, because again, it's likely a scam.
Now, there are ways that you can protect yourself, your finances, and your data by making sure the business is reputable, strengthening your passwords, and by avoiding those questionable links and texts and emails. If you do fall for a scam, one of the first things you need to do is call your bank. Most have varying levels of fraud protection, and you may be able to get your cash back in your account or get identity theft protection to help with the aftermath. A polar plunge is on the way. Let's go back to Alex. Complete look at the forecast.
Eric, yes, another one's right on the heels of what we had last week, almost to the very day, actually the very day. Strong northwest Northwest winds bringing cold wind chills as cold as 10 to 20 below zero by the time we get to Thursday morning, and that polar front's going to be moving throughout the day on Wednesday. Planning our evening though tonight, 27, 27, 27. This is where we should be for this time of year. But those colder temperatures are on the way to southern Wisconsin. 28 in Madison, 28 in Janesville, hanging on to 29 in Lone Rock and 27 to the north in Camp Douglas in Juneau County. But now let's track the temperatures together hour by hour, starting off in the lower to middle 20s as we go into Wednesday morning. As we head towards noon, here comes that front stretching from Wautoma over to Boscobel, teens to the northwest, 20s to the southeast. It moves across southern Wisconsin. By the time we get to this time tomorrow night, single digits to teens above zero, but wind chill values could be as cold as 10 below this time 24 hours from now. Then we go into Thursday morning. We're going to be on the threshold of a cold weather advisory. That's our threshold. 20 degree below zero or colder would be alert day criteria for us. We're going to be just warm enough that we're not quite at that alert day criteria, but cold enough where you folks really are going to need to bundle up as we go into Thursday morning, because even at temperatures at minus 15 below zero can cause frostbite in as little as 30 minutes if you don't have your skin covered. So definitely bundle up on Thursday morning. Snowfall amounts with that polar cold front coming through Wednesday, very light. We're also not expecting snow squalls like we did last Wednesday with the last polar front that came through. But there's more snow chances in the forecast Friday night going into Saturday. A few days ago, we were letting you know that this weather event looks like it's going to be a little bit earlier, and here's a glimpse on how that weather event may unfold. Friday, 9:30, a few snow showers, Dells over to Lone Rock, maybe even a little bit of a mix of freezing rain and sleet as well. But notice how quickly it turns over to rain by the time we get into Saturday morning, and staying rain shower activity throughout the daytime on Saturday. It's because of this low confidence in the amount of snow or mixed precipitation. Not going for alert day conditions quite yet with this weather system, as it looks like a good portion of that is going to be in the form of rain after we transition from that snow. And with temperatures staying in the mid to upper 30s, any snow that we would get would be of that slushy wet variety and melting throughout the day on Saturday. 40 by Sunday, and if you like the temperatures to stay above normal, we've got that in our forecast through much of next week, with just a chance of showers on Monday and maybe a little bit of a mix on Wednesday. We'll be right back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Bad odors, ghastly noises, and clogs at the worst possible time. These are just a few of the holiday horrors lurking within your garbage disposal. But you don't have to let an old system squash your holiday spirit. Give yourself the gift of the grind and save $50 when you upgrade with Cardinal. Put your old appliance on a permanent naughty list and get a highly efficient, ultra-quiet garbage disposal that can clean up even the most chaotic of holiday dinners. Don't let a clogged sink spoil your holiday spirit. Book online at cardinalservice.com.
Want a flatter, tighter tummy? Then check out new Ab EX from Sono Bello.
After my pregnancies, my body just never bounced back. I had this stomach overhang that made me self-conscious.
Emotionally, it was really sad. Feeling good up here, but you look down and you don't.
After having my babies, it went a different direction. From here, it went to here, and I just couldn't get rid of that.
Introducing Ab EX from Sono Bello. Remove fat and lose excess skin permanently in just one visit.
I got the tummy tuck results without the tummy tuck downtime.
And I finally got the flat stomach I wanted.
I'm able to get back in my size 8 jeans. I feel sexy, I feel confident.
It feels good to feel good and look good. The mommy belly is gone.
Schedule your free, no obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-888-557-5298 or go to sonobello.com.
I've been a motorcyclist for a little over 20 years now. I always wanted to have a motorcycle my whole life, and dashing helps me support that hobby. I love the flexibility of dashing. I love the connections I make. Dashing lets me do what I want, when I want. I'm my own boss now. If dashers can maintain their freedom, flexibility, independence, and have access to benefits, that would really be the best of both worlds. Portable benefits would help me cover medical costs, dental, vision. That would be fantastic.
Wisconsin's largest and most spectacular Christmas show, Christmas in the Dells Dinner Show, is now open. It all starts with a 4-course Christmas feast, complete with ham, turkey, and all the fixins. And with new songs, cast and costumes, plus an appearance by Santa. This truly will be a magical holiday season. Enjoy the largest nativity in the state, complete with flying angels and live animals. Get your tickets today at ChristmasInTheDells.com. That's ChristmasInTheDells.com.
It's officially official. Wisconsin introduced Jeff Grimes as the new offensive coordinator, and he's bringing a resume that proves he's one of the top offensive coaches in the country, with them mainly by running the ball. Last season at Kansas, the Jayhawks rushed for over 200 yards per game. Now, Luke Fickell said of his new assistant coach, he has a proven record of success, and as far as what to expect to see on offense, well, how about this? A hard-nosed run game with a vertical passing attack. Fresh off a series where they took 4 with a possible 6 points against then #1 Michigan State, Wisconsin has turned the page to their next task, a road trip to take on 8th-ranked Michigan. Now, a big part of that success against the Spartans was the play of their netminder, Tommy Scarfoni. He shut out Michigan State on Friday and finished the series with a .95 save percentage, something Mike Hastings knew was coming.
It's what we were hoping for from day one. I know it's exactly what Tommy was hoping for in his pursuit of this last year of his eligibility, and I think he's hitting his stride.
He competes every day. It's pretty fun to watch. Laterally, moving side to side, he's so good. It's so hard to beat him on a breakaway. He's a special goalie for sure.
And speaking of Badger men's hockey, don't forget to tune into this week's Wisconsin Huddle. The nation's top goal scorer, Quinn Finley, stops by to talk all things Wisconsin hockey. Show airs on Friday right here on News 3 Now. And a handful of Badgers received all-region honors ahead of their Sweet 16 matchup against Texas A&M. Sarah Franklin was named the North Region Player of the Year for the 2nd straight season, while Charlie Furbringer was tabbed the North Region Freshman of the Year. And Anna Smrek and Carter Booth joined those two on the all-region first team. Just 2 wins away from the Final Four, but got to go through Texas A&M and then probably Nebraska first.
It will not be easy.
Very exciting.
All right, Zach, thank you. Let's go to Alex. Final check of the forecast.
Big chill again.
Cold weather coming.
A big taste of winter, but at least briefly for southern Wisconsin. Let's break that down. Some light snow on Wednesday with the polar front. 20 below wind chills possible Thursday morning. Could be looking at a little bit of snow accumulation Friday night with the weather system, but I say a brief but big taste of winter Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. By the time we get into Saturday and Sunday, our temperatures are already going back to above normal, transitioning snow over to rain on Saturday, near 40 on Sunday, maybe showers on Monday with no snow at all, maybe a little light rain and snow mix, but those temperatures next week are at or above normal.
It really has been.
No 50s, so yeah, no more shorts.
It's really been all over the place. Thanks for joining us, folks.